you, Mr. Yagan. That was great. Our next speaker is Palikapu Dedman, who I barely even need to introduce. He is the president and the driving force behind Pele Defense Fund. He has a long and active history with the geothermal issue, and he's going to come up and tell you about it right now. Palikapu.
Here we go again. When I met Harry Kim and Yagan speak, they're responsible for a lot of the things that happens on this island. Appreciate Harry Kim during that time. He was civil defense. They didn't have an evacuation plan like they don't have now. So a lot of things haven't changed since that time to now. So if you could see and hear that there were a lot of problems back then, it hasn't been answered and hasn't been resolved. So this next approach of geothermal is going to be dealing with the same hazards in the past. You know, I speak for a Hawaiian race. We don't have any environmental organizations, the Hawaiians. You know, we have a lot of Audubon, Sierra Clubs, Outdoor Circles, Save the Surf. But for Hawaiians, we don't have too many environmental. In fact, I don't know any. So we represent that. You know, we are part of the environment. We came with the turf, and we have to stand up. You know, we speak for thousands of years of our ancestors. You know, I think we're the voice for them today, and we cannot, I think, allow sacrilegious acts or destruction or pollution that ruins the environment, because we really feel we're part of the environment. We came with it. So we're standing up for it as we did in the past. We have a lot of issues as Hawaiians, you know, from the ocean to the top of the mountain. It's the whole idea of development and how it's been imposed on Hawaiians and why we use today's social statistics that we never asked to be, but we seem to be the lead in every social problem there is. We suffer from hereditary diseases and health issues and housing and education. And we had a lot of governments that's supposed to be looking out for it, so you can see that there's been a lot of negligence on that if we leave these categories. So we have to stand up and speak for ourselves and make government more responsible. We also have to make people in our communities responsible too. It's all our so-called island. We live on an island, we don't live on a continent. Although a lot of us come from continents and have continent mentality. But island is different, man. It don't work. Continent thinking does not work on an island. You got to make your adjustments while you're here and understand your environment. And it's sad that not too much embracing of people. You know, we hug trees and save animals, but we need to be hugging ourselves as people. And that's how I think we were as islanders. And if we want to keep that understanding and that concept, it's important for our children. It's important for our children to carry on traditional practices. I think I have the responsibility of what I've learned about traditional practices and the love of who we are as a race of people. And I have to express that. Our children need that. We need to leave little windows of opportunities for them. It seems to have been shutting down, and we all have to adapt or assimilate to a different way of life. And you know, like any other endangered species, you know, we kind of need our habitat to stay who we are. And I know they do it for animals. That's what I mean. We're going to embrace people. We embrace where we live. And it works better for you. Things will, you know, become easier in life if you kind of make your adjustments. And we don't have much of a voice as Hawaiians. We don't run government. We don't destine our own future. And I don't know where else can we go, you know, for those opportunities. So all we have left is to organize and try to educate that we do have a responsibility. I know that a lot of Hawaiians throughout our years and in the education and the conditioning of our minds that we're supposed to be this new Western person. Well, you know, like I say, like an endangered species, I think we kind of have to stay who we are in a lot of ways. We can live with progress, but there should be lines drawn about how far you can go with that. And I believe in traditions and practices that we do have moral integrity. And you cannot cross these lines because of that very thing, moral integrity. And for a lot of Hawaiians that learn to be Western and have to learn to live, like I say, we gotta start someplace, and where it does interfere with that whole spiritual understanding and traditional beliefs. It's important that we stay Hawaiians in Hawaii. And geothermal is just one infringement on the whole spirituality that I think I'm responsible, as all the Hawaiians are, that's hanging on traditions. That we gotta keep something that's real, and by taking all the lands and the water and the valleys and taking sacred places that people don't understand, that in nature beliefs there's sacred geography. It's not Christian site-specific kind of way of being sacred. We do have sacred geography as well as other indigenous people in the world, so that's how we were raised. You know, at the ocean, there's attitudes. In the forest, there's an attitude. All of these adjustments, because sacred is a lot bigger than just one little spot. For the Hawaiians, it's kind of like inside of us. We gotta keep that solid and tight and realize that our children need someplace. And if they can't make it in this world of Christianity that's supposed to be the spirit and the soul of things, we should still keep our traditions. And I expect government to uphold these traditions. I'm a veteran that fought for the First Amendment. I don't see anything in the First Amendment that says Hawaiians are exempted. So I think they got a responsibility as a state constitution to uphold their own laws, to uphold their own constitution. On Article 12, Section 7, where the state has to uphold customary traditional practice. So when they do geothermal, they don't even do that. But they do it for a bird and a bee if there was an impact. But no impact on the theology of religion if I'm saying that that's not how it's supposed to be. It's hard to explain to the next generation when they desecrate it, when they tarnish it. You know, you just can't turn Buddha on his head and say, I didn't stop you from praying. I've altered something that you know is not right. And that's the same thing. You cannot alter the understanding of what traditions are. Traditions are traditions. Customs may change, but traditions are not supposed to. And I think the government's got a responsibility to look at that impact as they do on everything else, on what happens, how does it affect. And I think that responsibility as a taxpayer who's been paying taxes a couple hundreds of years, that we never get to run government, but we've been taxed and rezoned and lost a lot of land from all of these changes that we cannot keep anymore. So I understand the bads of the history, and I think we should learn from that. Just can't ignore Hawaii. We all live here, pay attention, and read up on how we kind of got messed up as Native Hawaiians by being forced to assimilate. They never asked. They kind of forced to. So it's a different thing when you choose or get shoved down your throat. So that's the thing that I think has to be expressed. That it wasn't all that easy. It's never been that easy. And when we lead in social statistics, that's the choke. That's how hard it is to live in a world trying to be two people. Trying to be Western, trying to be Hawaiians, and one has a different spirituality than the other. And you get this frustration about where you turn to. and you become vulnerable to social situations, and then you become a statistic. We should learn all that. We should know that. Even as educators out there, you should be up and up about your education. You should be fair about how you run government and say, yes, I am a third generation immigrant. I do run the government now. But do you ignore the native people, the host people? Not the ones that want to assimilate. We don't have a problem. They're making their adjustments and they lost their soul maybe. But for those that still hanging on to traditional roots, I think they got a right to have that protected. And it's not me, the one that makes this up. Federal laws, they got federal laws that protect American Indian rights and burial rights. And these laws were made to show the difference, not to show comparing, but to show difference between the people. And that we should accept each other's differences. So that's what I thought our First Amendment was saying. And the Constitution, the Hawaii State Constitution, and federal laws, that they were trying to say, we as indigenous people, a little different than the populace, should have certain rights and respect. Because there's no extra Hawaii, no extra Hawaiians. We are what we are. And I think in the world of species, we're kind of endangered or threatened already. There's not many of us left. The census show that we're now number 4 as a race, equal to the Filipino race in the census. So I think maybe another 10 years we'll be dropping down to number 5. So true, blood lineage and marrying and changing, we're thinning out. But tradition should always be intact. And I think that government's got a responsibility to do that. Make sure that we don't get harmed. It's not our problem as Hawaiians that we got an energy crisis. We never created that. I don't think the third number of the population is the creation of a lot of the problems in society. I think we fall more victims to that. So people who lead the population use the most energy. And for us, number 4, I don't think it's our problem. But we seem to have to bail out the economy all the time, lean on the Hawaiians. I'm just saying that this is Hawaii, and we have a right to hang on to tradition. So, in letting everybody go for now, I hope to see you on Tuesday, and we'll catch up. So Pele Defense Fund is back. We stand in solidarity with the community and all the people and all the races that want to stop geothermal and poisoning their families, their lands, their way of life, and their environment like us. So stand in solidarity, everybody. Thank you very much.